Today is Wednesday, January 15th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. We got a little trough working through the Great Lakes region, but outside of that, it's a lot of very quiet weather through the middle of the country. I mentioned that a couple of days ago with Monday's update, that overall, the weather pattern this week looking pretty quiet. And that's still the case here in the middle of the week. We got some lake effect snow, so UP of Michigan, western half of Michigan, and then heading out toward western New York, western Pennsylvania. That's where the lake effect is, since the wind is coming in off a west-northwest flow. That wind direction switches a little bit as this trough comes through, so that'll kind of bounce around here through the end of the week. A little bit of showery weather along the Texas and Gulf coasts. It looks like that showery weather probably going to linger a little bit here into tomorrow as well. So it's still plenty cold. We got that lake effect snow and scattered snow showers, some heavier squalls near Grand Rapids, 24 degrees. A couple of scattered flurries in Chicago with a high of just 21. 25 today in Cleveland. That's actually about the same for both Cincinnati and Louisville. You'll peak in the mid-20s today as well. All the way down to Nashville, barely even making it to 40 degrees, just above 40 in Memphis and St. Louis. You're in the cold as well with a high of 28. Now that trough's coming in, so the wind direction out ahead of it switches to the south, and look what happens. For the end of the week, our temperature's warming up a little bit, but then another very strong cold front comes through, and it looks like this is going to ensure that we see a cold end to the month of January. I know a lot of folks are hoping this pattern would turn around. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least not through this month. So although we see this brief warm-up Friday, maybe even Thursday, a little bit of that, we see that extremely cold air mass coming in early next week. So something to keep an eye out for. In the southeast, sunshine and chilly temperatures. We're in the 40s and 50s, feeling a little bit better there in Savannah at 57. 48 today in Atlanta, Georgia. There's the showery weather, New Orleans down to Houston. You'll find those scattered showers and clouds around, keeping your temperatures in the 50s. 50s will be common in the southeast, so it looks like we got a couple more days before the next spill of cold air comes in. That arrives, I think, early next week, so be ready for another cold blast even in the southeast. There's a slight chill in the air today in South Florida. It's going to be breezy, so that high of 73 will feel even cooler, and then we'll find some scattered clouds in 60s later on this evening. Winds may turn out of the south with that low out to our west, so we may get high temperatures closer to 80 in South Florida by the end of the weekend. All right, that is your Wednesday morning weather update. I hope that everyone's doing well. I hope the second half of the week is a good one. And remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.